one big constituency which is known to be not as well off and hence potentially needs to be supported is the entire farming community. One of the ways in which over the last very many years we have tried to address the fact that there has to be some amount of resource transfer to the farming community is by raising minimum support prices, for example. That is a good way in some sense of reaching to the final farmer, but in some sense we have distorted the sort of food output that we want in the country. If you look at the requirement of cereals in the country, of the amount of wheat and rice that is required in this country, we are now beginning to overproduce that because we have so much incentivized this thing that people are now more incentivized to create this because they know that there is a buyer like the FCI or the government of India which is willing to buy it at a high price, much beyond the cost of production, to the extent that farmers have not yet moved on to horticulture, for example, which is what is causing inflation. So you create a distorted set of incentives, and that becomes a big challenge. So letting market prices prevail is important. Whatever benefit, support, help that needs to be given out needs to be delinked from that, and hence cash is one of the best ways of delinking support from making market prices run amok in a sense. Yeah. And I think in many places where we talk of in the Game Changer series, one of the things that we see is that there are sudden changes which emerge simply because you have held on to the pricing restriction for a bit too long, and then there is a sudden outburst of change taking place somewhere else. To that extent, I think the simple message, if I am in a position to give one, is that it is best that we don't play around with prices, create institutions which protect the sanctity of the prices, such that right prices emerge, and vested interests don't tweak around with the prices. So it's not as if the government gets out, somebody else will not want to get in and tweak prices to his or her own benefit.